Start your week smiling with your friends Kathy's aunt and Michelle Frechette. It's time to get ready for some weekly motivation with WP Motivate.
Potatoes are boiling.
Happy Thursday, Kathy. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday, Kathy.
I don't know. Are there days of the week in this weird reality we now live in? Because I don't know where I am this week. It's like,
oh my gosh.
This
I
has
know
been the
exactly what you mean.
craziest week. Yeah, you too?
Oh my gosh, insanity. The last few weeks have
Yeah.
been that way. I'm on vacation next week, a working vacation. I'm on a vacation from my day job next week. I will be in Oklahoma City next week. And
Oh,
I'm going to see not my littlest brother. For a reminder for people, if you don't know, I'm 54 years old, and my littlest brother is 15. So he turned 15 this year. I will turn 55 this year. As far as I'm concerned, we're 40 years
wow.
apart in age, which
That's
technically makes me old enough to be his grandmother, but we don't want to talk about that. But his older brother, so the one up from him, Joshua, is graduating high school next Tuesday. And so I'm going to Oklahoma City to watch him graduate and be part of the family. But it's also where Corey and Lindsay Miller live. And so I'm going to be meeting with them quite a bit to strategize and talk about post status. And while I'm out there, I'm going to try to get together with Kristen Wright for lunch as well. So
you
it's
will
not
enjoy it.
exactly.
It sounds like a wonderful week.
I'd love to be sitting by a pool having a cabana boy bring me daiquiris, or I mean, I'm a gin and tonic girl, but I think a daiquiri sounds like fun if you're sitting by a pool. And that would be fun, but that's not this vacation. That's okay.
Not a lot of cabana boys and beachfront views in Oklahoma.
No, but it is a beautiful city, and I'm looking forward to seeing family
Yeah.
and my post-status family, and just it'll be a good vacation. But it won't be much
That's
of
amazing.
It won't be restful, but it'll be a very good time. So that'll be good.
Amazing. I wish I could come up to see you, but I have to travel to an undisclosed location for an undisclosed reason. No, I'm not working with the CIA, but there are secret things happening and I'm pretty excited about it, but I can't talk about it. It's all secret.
Okay, so I'll tell you that I just made up an entire story in my head in that brief moment of time. Kathy's going to Area 51. She is going to be dissecting aliens, and she cannot tell us about how deep under the mountain she will be. I mean, it's as good an explanation as anything else.
It's going to be pretty crazy. Yeah. It may involve aliens. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
It depends.
Well, when you're at liberty to discuss, I can't wait to hear it.
There's definitely some Hogwarts level witchcraft going on. Not witchcraft, I won't say that, but whatever Harry Potter does. I guess it's wizardry. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this week we have done. So the last time we did it, our favorite things, we forgot that we'd already done one of those. But luckily, because we're busy people, we don't remember these things. But luckily, we didn't actually repeat any of the things, which was nice. But instead of our favorite things like slippers and coffee and things like that, although maybe coffee is still anyway, I thought we could talk about our guilty pleasures, because there are things that like maybe they're not like guilt-ridden guilty, but things that you're like, oh, I should probably be doing XYZ, but instead I'm going to eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream, which is what's on my docket for later tonight. Yeah. So coffee, I thought we could
Ben and Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs coffee flavored ice cream.
Ooh,
can I start with that?
Good. Yes, you can.
I will spend all the extra money on that. That's the best.
I have reached the level of my life where $6 for a pint of ice cream is okay if that is your dinner, right? That's not that's cheaper than McDonald's or cheaper than going to like Taco Bar or something, right? So so that's an inexpensive dinner when you look at it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. So, what is one of your guilty pleasures? I have a ton of them that I'm happy to share, but let's listen to
I have a ton
first.
too. Like if I have a particularly just very busy week on Saturday, and the one great thing about our jobs is like it doesn't really spill over into the weekends. Weekends are pretty, sacred.
Those are ours. Yep.
Yes. So I will go to the fancy grocery store, and there are quite a few here. We've got Central Market, we've got Whole Foods. There's a bunch of fancy places, where you can get really neat stuff. So
Mhm.
I will spend money on treats for myself, which
Mm.
involve extraordinarily expensive single origin chocolate
I'm
in
just
fancy packaging.
I wish I had like a stamper or even the sound effect that said approved because I would have happily approve that. Yeah.
And fancy coffee. I will buy. I like to explore and see like what possible weird things that
Yeah.
I've never tasted before. And then I will buy. I love kombucha,
Hmm.
so I will spend a lot of money on kombucha and cheese. I like really good,
Oh,
nice, like the expensive stuff, cheese
yes. I'm a
and
big cheese
expensive
fan
wine.
too. Cheese and wine
Yeah,
go so well together. Throw in some grapes, have a nice little charcuterie board. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that
who can?
anytime.
Who
Right?
can?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I'm
those are the things I do to spoil myself.
I love it. I think you should every once in a while. Absolutely, of course. Um, I get my nails done. Like I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I dye my hair purple and I have um acrylic nails. And that for me is a guilty pleasure. It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel pretty. It helps me scratch an itch when all of those things. But I absolutely love having my nails done. So that is a guilty pleasure for me. And they're nice and I can change it up and have different color every 2 weeks. And yeah, it makes me happy.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's amazing. I just started like growing my nails a little bit, but
Nice.
I just
My
have like Target nail polish on it that's chipping off. But
my actual nails suck. They like break and they crumble, and probably because I don't like have a lot of calcium in my diet or whatever. Well, this is guilty pleasure week though, so we're not gonna like analyze my diet. But
hey,
the thing
there's
is,
calcium in Ben and Jerry's. You're gonna be just fine.
oh my gosh! So
It's ice cream, right?
it's a health food.
There you go.
Ben and Jerry's health food tonight. I am treating
Yeah,
myself to that. I mean, it's not got broccoli in it, but yeah. So anyway, but getting my nails done is a guilty pleasure for me. I like having that and feeling that I have pretty hands. So there you go. What's
yeah,
your what's your
yeah.
next one?
Um, you know what? The phone, I do.
Hmm.
I because I'm on it and I use it so much. When the new phones come out, I'll usually upgrade. This last time I waited, I think I went from the 11 to the 14 for the iPhone, and I'm like in the Apple eco. I'm just like my
Yeah.
brothers think I'm crazy, but
Yeah.
whatever. I
I don't
am an
care.
Apple person, and
Me too.
I, for the most part, always go like new phone, sign me up, just give me a new phone because I
Good
don't
for
want to
you.
have to like deal with crap. So because
I
I'm
don't
on it
blame
all
you.
the time. So
Hmm. That's good. I think that's wonderful.
how about you?
Um, binge watching television. So I mean there's lots of things I do like go out like on a Saturday if it's a nice weather I might go out with my cameras or something like that. But
Yeah.
if I just don't feel like it, if I'm exhausted from the week, if it's snowing or raining, I will plant my butt on the couch and I will binge watch either movies or television programs. Right now I am binge watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's in the
Yeah.
last season. I started it 2 weeks ago. I'll probably finish it in the next couple of weeks. And I am just enjoying that little escape into the life of Midge Maisel. So yes, I also, if we're, as long as we're talking about television, I love reality TV. And I acknowledge
Oh,
that there is absolutely nothing real about it whatsoever, but I love reality TV. Survivor, I love Big Brother, I love I don't the Masked Singer just ended last night for the most recent season, and I didn't even know the person that won, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
she's awesome!" Right? Like, yeah, I just TV, TV and movies.
Yeah. My
That's my
husband just, well, I have to find some stuff for him to watch. And I saw somebody like talking about Love is Blind. So I just put on Love is Blind for him, sucked in. And then I walk in to bring him something. And then hand him something. And I'm like, looking at the TV, like I'm standing there, holding like his water bottle like this or
yeah.
something. And I'm just like, do you think they're gonna get together? Like, what's going on? Like so into it. And he's like, I want my water, please. Like, he's not even like that into it. But after a while, he got into it and he watched like all 4 seasons. But I can see that as a guilty pleasure. It's so
Oh yeah,
addictive because it's
it
like the
really
drama and
is. Yeah. And every episode ends with like you wanting to can't wait to see the next episode, right? So like
Yeah.
and when it's all there on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, even like YouTube or whatever, you're like, well, I don't have to wait. I can just watch the next one. And then you're like, oh shit, it's
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning and I have to get up at 7. I need
Oh
an alarm
dear.
clock. I should have an alarm clock to go to bed and one to get up. That's
Yeah.
what I should have.
Jeez. See, now that's going to segue into my next guilty
Ooh,
pleasure,
go.
which is sleep. Do not, under any circumstances, mess with me sleeping. If I can fall asleep, if I get tired and it's like drowsy, I am going to sleep. And I have been up with 2 sleepless infants. I have lost sleep with all of the stuff the husband's gone through. I have lost sleep in my lifetime for a lot of things. At this age, at this point in my life, nobody mess with my sleep. It is my guilty pleasure. I want to go to bed at a decent hour. I want to wake up naturally without an alarm clock. I hate that.
Mhm.
Sleep. I love to sleep. I love naps, weekends. Sometimes a couple weeks ago, I had a day where I took 2 naps in one day, and it was the most glorious thing. I was
Ooh.
in such a good mood.
I bet you were. I have room darkening curtains in my bedroom. And so
Yeah.
if I know that I don't have to get up in the morning for something, I will make sure that like I will meticulously make sure that they cover every inch of the window before I go to bed and then close my bathroom door, make sure my phone is on silent. The only thing waking me up is my bladder at that point.
Yeah. Oh, the bladder. Wish it
Yeah,
just would get on the same clock as me.
seriously. I learned a little trick. If you actually dehydrate yourself, it doesn't present as big a problem. Okay, that's not
Yeah,
really
but
a
then I
good
wake up with the
solution.
headaches.
I know, not a good solution. Not a good solution. Sleep is a good one. Sleep is a very good one.
Oh,
I'm
it's
an
very good.
I'm an insomniac, so when I do get opportunities to sleep, that's a really good thing. But I'll go to bed and I'll just lay there and I'll try so hard to fall asleep. I will do the meditation. I will do the like pushing my
Yeah.
head into the pillow to make it feel heavy and like all of the things. But what I end up doing usually is pulling up my phone and like scrolling TikToks until I'm like, oh, I can't keep my eyes open anymore. And then I put the phone down, take the glasses off, and I can go to sleep that way. So
There you go.
TikTok is one of my guilty pleasures.
TikTok. Yeah. For
I can
some
honestly
reason,
say I've never done the dances. I will just say that right now.
I'm, you know how the algorithm, right? So my TikTok, I must have looked at something like disgusting and just like, what the heck is that? And then now all of a sudden, I am just so averse to TikTok because it kept showing me
Uh,
disgusting things. For a
oh,
while, it was showing me cleaning things. But so now I just watch Instagram Reels because, well, for a while, it was like accidents that I don't want to look at bad things that happen to people where they
right.
get hurt. I want puppies and kittens and but
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny. It drives me nuts because I really want to just like go away and just like look at
Yeah.
short videos, and sometimes the algorithm and I just kind
Yeah.
of collide. It's just like, no, no, no. Just because I looked at that once doesn't mean I want to have that
I didn't mean to.
forever.
I
Like,
didn't mean
please.
to. I'll tell you the funny thing. So Tomas Fanchen from Weglot and I are TikTok friends. So we send each other all the cute
Oh yeah.
puppy and cat videos all day, every day. Well, not really all day, every day, but several times a week. We will send each other funny things. And he's over there in Paris. I'm sitting here in Rochester, New York. And like, I'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I got 3 funny videos from Tomas. So that's always fun.
Oh, nice. That's amazing. How fun. Yeah,
And it is
I
funny too,
don't.
though. The algorithm works. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The algorithm really, really works though, because one of the first people I started following on TikTok was Tracy Apps, who's a WordPresser.
Yeah.
And so I would go down the rabbit hole of watching all Tracy stuff. Then suddenly I was on lesbian TikTok. So literally, like I'm a straight girl, and every other video was like lesbian. And but I'll tell you what, I didn't mind it because it wasn't like sexy stuff. Like, these are intelligent women talking about social
Yeah.
issues. I was like, all right, this is a good place to be. I'm not mad at this.
You could go down a worse hole. So that's a rabbit hole
Absolutely.
that I would
Yeah,
be okay with. But yeah,
absolutely.
the algorithm really does work. You just gotta
It's
my
brilliant.
my children send me things and it's like,
Yeah.
what are you guys watching? It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't know, but I'm I don't know. I'm trying to stay with like funny cats, funny dogs. I got all this like marketing stuff starting to hit me now, and I'm just
Ugh,
like, I'm done with work right now. This
that
is
is
like work, go
work.
away.
You gotta
So
curate your follower. You gotta curate who you follow, and then don't go to the
yeah.
For You page. Just go down the people that you follow so that you're getting the content that you like.
Oh, smart. Thank you for that
Mhm.
social media advice. You are the social media maven, so
Well, I've told people like 5 times this week when they say, "How do you do everything you do?" It's like, I'm a 54-year-old woman. I live alone with cats. What else am I doing?
oh my gosh, that is so hilarious.
It's like binge watching TV, TikTok, and then or deciding I'm going to make WP speakers or my next thing or whatever, and contributing and getting into Twitter wars with other people. And I don't know. It's just like I just rather scroll TikTok and do the fun stuff. So
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
better, much better.
The internet is my guilty pleasure. I
Oh,
love the internet. I love I'll get into Reddit stuff, but not so much lately, but I used to just sit and read Reddit all the time. That was
do you
guilty pleasure.
do you have a favorite subreddit channel?
Um Anymore, I go and it's all like WordPress stuff now. I mean,
Oh
it's for
yeah,
work, like what are people saying about the product, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I used to get into like the Ask Reddit stuff all the
Uh-huh.
time. So Ask Reddit was huge, and I'd love reading like people's stories. So I
Yeah,
was just talking to somebody about how there's like this new thing. It was a joke. They were joking that you get mad at grandma, so you just leave her at the Greyhound station and hope somebody sends her somewhere. We were just laughing, right? It was
oh my
joking.
goodness.
But I'm like, have you ever read like any of the Reddit stories about Greyhound buses? Because they call it like prison on wheels. And some of the stories are just like, you just laugh because it's just like yeah, I see this. I can see this happening. I won't
Yeah,
talk definitely NSFW, but oh my
yeah,
gosh, the stories that people tell on Reddit are just hilarious. Maybe it's all just like fake stuff, but no,
yeah. It could be.
Greyhound buses being prison on wheels was just like,
You
so
can't
I would
make.
just like
I don't think AI could
laugh and
create that,
laugh.
right? My favorite subreddit, and I obviously it's what I'm reading the most because every time I open Reddit, like that's what's like at the top of
Yeah.
of my feed is the "Am I the asshole?"
Oh,
Um,
yeah. There's some
it's
good ones.
my favorite game, like in my head to play is judging whether I think they are or not just by the title, and then reading
Yeah.
the story and seeing if I was right or not. So, yeah, there's a
Oh,
lot of
too
assholes out
funny.
there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
There are indeed.
But we talked about
Unfortunate
AI.
as it is.
We talked about AI a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
and somebody said I now I can't get out of my head how many of the the stories on Reddit, the "Am I the asshole" ones and all these other ones are people just getting like creating an AI didn't ever really happen and just posting in there for like clout or whatever. I'm like, Reddit clout, like
Yeah.
who cares what your Reddit clout is? Like
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
what do they even call it? I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, the karma, the Reddit
karma,
karma.
karma. Yeah,
Yeah.
Reddit karma. Too
Yeah, it's
funny.
just crazy. But yeah, I used to that used to be a guilty pleasure, but I don't have as much
Yeah.
time anymore to go and like read stuff, but
Yeah.
I still it burned into my mind some of the stories that I would read. Just it's
Greyhound
so
prison.
entertaining. Yeah, Greyhound prison buses, prison on wheels, like just just the craziest stories. I'm gonna have to go look them up again and send them to my friend that we were talking about leaving grandma at the bus station. I have to send those.
I'm good. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go watch the some more Mrs. Maisel and like get on Reddit and look
Yeah,
for Greyhound stuff because now I'm curious. So funny.
very, very funny.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Yeah. I guess,
Other than that, I don't know. I don't have that many other
yeah.
guilty pleasures. I just like if I'm gonna eat, you know, unhealthy foods, I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
the most expensive, like the good stuff, like
Yeah.
something that but I'm not just gonna eat like the crappy baked goods from Kroger. I'm gonna get like the
Right.
good stuff. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
the fancy bakery and I'm gonna get the good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
because life is hard and life is short
Mm-hmm.
and we're here to have fun. So
Yeah,
if something's not fun, stop doing it. And if something is fun, try to find more of it in your life. At least that's my
absolutely.
what I'm
And
going for.
and I can go, but I can go from lint truffles one day to Pringles and Dr. Pepper the next and still feel just as good about it.
Yeah.
That's how I roll. What am I gonna say? Anyway.
Well, you know what? I will say, like, the guilty pleasure that is like the secret guilty pleasure
Yeah.
is McDonald's Cokes.
Mhm.
There's something about a
Mhm.
McDonald's Coke, but this is like a once every 6 month type of thing
Yeah.
for me because I can't really eat McDonald's. My digestive system can't handle it.
Yeah.
But if the husband is like, I want a fillet of fish, and he hasn't had junk food for a while, he can't go get it himself. So I try to take
Yeah.
care of him and give him like some of his favorite stuff every once in a while. And
Sure.
I'll get him that, and I'll get myself a McDonald's Coke. And on the way home, McDonald's Coke. I don't know what it is, what they put in it, but it is so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. For me, it's the McDonald's Dr. Pepper. I'm not a Coke fan, but there's just something
Yeah.
about the way the ice and everything in that glass. It's perfect. So yeah, I'm with you
Now
on
I'm
that one.
thirsty, so I'm going to drink water.
I know, I just finished
Like
my water. I'm gonna have to get some more.
Pavlovian response. We're talking about McDonald's. I'm so thirsty. I'm dying here.
Oh my goodness. I will honestly say too, like, so our podcast, I have not looked at the analytics since like the second week because honestly, I don't really care what our analytics are. You're my
I don't
guilty
either.
pleasure sometimes too. Like the fact that
Oh,
we get to do this every week because we
yeah.
want to, right? And so, like, just spending that half hour or something with a friend that you can just talk about, am I the asshole and Ben and Jerry's and all of this stuff. Um, yeah, you're one of those friends who is a guilty pleasure too. So thank you for being that safe harbor for me, Kathy. I appreciate that.
Same. I look forward to this every single week. So thank you so much for coming up with the idea and then also just like being here. I
Yeah.
look forward to it every week. So thank you.
My pleasure. Next week, I'm in Oklahoma. We'll find some time on our schedules to still record because I'll have my equipment out there with me. And so I don't know for sure what day or whatever it'll be coming, but next week is WordPress's 20th birthday. So maybe we'll start thinking about that and start talking about something next week that has to do with that. So put on our birthday
Sounds
hats or
good.
whatever. You can wear your tiara.
Yeah. I've got my tiara. It's right back here. I'm ready. I'm
I'm not
ready.
I'm not taking one with me to Oklahoma in my luggage, but I will celebrate you if you wear yours.
Amazing. Well,
Anyway,
safe travels, and
thank
I
you.
will see you next week.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, everybody. If you have guilty pleasures, we want to know what they are. So please enlighten us on Twitter, and you can DM us if it's truly guilty and you don't want the rest of the world to know. But we want to know. We promise not to tell. Anyway, have a good week. Have a good weekend. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks. Bye, Kathy.
Bye.
This has been WP Motivate with Kathy Zant and Michelle Frechette. To learn more or to sponsor us, go to WPMotivate.com.